Hey, I'm Andrew Kaplan's, and for the past 15 years, I've been working in SaaS. The first half as a marketer, and the second half I've been working on or leading growth teams and product-led growth efforts. I was part of the early team at HubSpot, then I started and scaled the growth team at Wistia, and most recently was leading product-led growth efforts at Postscript. But in June of 2021, I made a big change. I left my full-time head of growth job to start my own business, which I call Delivering Value. Now I work as a coach for other people who lead growth teams. I advise product-led SaaS companies, and I host the Delivering Value podcast, where I speak with other growth leaders about some of the most challenging moments in their careers. And during my career, both past and present, I kept coming back to the same realization, which is that blindly following someone else's playbooks without understanding the context, what they're doing and why they're doing it, has just never worked for me. That's why when I would go to the conferences and take notes and watch YouTube videos and read blog posts and follow people on social media, and whenever I tried to copy them, I just never had the same results. And this applies to so many things in the growth world. It applies to the company growth model, how they structure their teams, North Star metrics, operating system, and any of the executional playbooks for the different areas of the funnel. And this is why if you're working in or around growth, people are always reaching out to pick your brain or to take you out to coffee. They're trying to hear how you approach things. So I decided to be interesting to make a mini-series where I follow one company and I showcase some of the contextual growth challenges they're facing and share how they're navigating them. It's a story that a growth nerd like me would have killed for when I was in-house leading teams because I could never connect with other growth teams as much as I wanted to. And I figured if I'm going to do this, I want to have behind-the-scenes access to the folks making the decisions. I'm appropriately calling the mini-series Behind the Scenes, and it's an inside look at what it's really like working in growth. And I'm going to be collaborating with the Navattic team that were gracious enough to be my guinea pig for the first season of the show. But I'm hoping that this is something I do a few times a year, and I'll highlight growth teams at different sizes, company stages, and company maturity models. And I'm thinking the show will be 6 to 8 episodes long, each at a bingeable length of about 6 to 10 minutes. And Navattic is a great fit for this first season for a few reasons. One, I've had a relationship with the Navattic team for over 2 years at this point. They sponsor the Delivering Value podcast. I have been an advisor helping shape some of their product and go-to-market direction. And I've known Natalie and the extended team over there pretty closely during that time. And because of that, I know they're comfortable being vulnerable. They don't try to share what they want everybody to think they're doing. They're totally comfortable saying when they're winging it and when they're still figuring out process. And I thought that rawness and realness would be a great fit for this show. So last week, I booked a whole bunch of camera equipment, a bunch of lights. I watched a million YouTube tutorials to figure out how to use all that stuff. And I booked a recording space for us in downtown Boston. Natalie and Raman, who's her colleague working in growth, took the train from New York City to Boston for a one-day trip to film this series with me. Let's jump right in and see what they had to say.